Hello everyone, I am back and I am going to do another dining from the dumpster video today. Everybody seemed to enjoy the last one and it was fun to make, so I thought I'd make another one. If you haven't seen my last one, be sure to go check that out. It's titled I Eat Trash, which is true because all of this came from the trash. So I'm going to start off right now with a different smoothie. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Usually I just do peanut butter and bananas. But today I'm going to do bananas, blueberries, which I've had in my freezer for so long, so it's time to use them. I'm actually going to throw in a little bit of protein powder, some coconut milk, and then I might need some water still at the end, so we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and get everything in, and I will show you then. I have it all in the blender now. I only added like half a scoop of protein powder because I'm not like going to work out or anything, so I don't need, you know, that much protein. And then the bananas, the blueberries, some coconut milk, and I did add a little bit of water. So let's blend that up. All right, so I think my bananas are still a little bit too hard. Maybe I can jostle them around. That's why I like to take them out and let them thaw a little bit first. It's easier on the blender. Alright, I'm going to give it a second, but I'll show you. I mean, it's going to look like this. I'll show you when it's done, though. Here it is. I am going to take it to go, so I'm going to put it in this cup that I can take with me, but it's very thick. Definitely could have added some more water or something, but it's still going to be super tasty. The next recipe I'm about to do, I am going to make kind of at-home burrito bowls. If you guys ever go to Chipotle or Qdoba, places like that. I love those places. This is going to be a little bit different because I haven't been able to find everything that I would want. Plus, it's warm outside, so I can't take perishable things. So we're going to work with what we got. I'm actually using the pressure cooker right now. This is my mom's, so I'm not like an expert at it, but I have the rest of my beef from my last video, and I'm going to put that on for 35 minutes. I'm going to put a little bit of broth in it, and I didn't use this last time actually, but I'm going to use it now, the fajita skillet sauce. So I'm going to put both of those in there, put it on for 35 minutes, let it do its thing, and then we're going to make rice, which I actually already have started right here. And let me give you guys the greatest tip I've ever gotten for rice. Cook it in chicken broth or any kind of broth. I still don't love rice, but I used to really not like it. And then one day the person checking me out at the grocery store just told me that she cooked her rice in chicken broth, and it changed my life. So I have that going right there. You use like 2-to-1 ratio. So right now I have 1 cup of rice in there and 2 cups of chicken broth. It's boiling. I got to turn it down just a second. So that's going to be the base. And then we have, I wish I had black beans, but I don't. Some Great Northern beans right there. Some corn. Tomatoes I do not like, but my boyfriend does, so those will go on his. I got to clean and chop up these greens and these peppers right here. I'm going to cook the peppers. And I have some Mexican cheese. I'm going to get away from the hot stove. I also forgot to grab the jalapeno peppers and the salsa. So I'm going to get this going just a little bit here. There's not really a recipe. I'm just kind of winging it. And then I will show you what happens next. The rice is done now. It took me about 15 minutes. I know some rice takes upwards of an hour. I think this must be like quick rice. I can't remember. I found it so long ago. I have all the rice that I have found dumpster diving in this beautiful jar that I also found dumpster diving, if you recall. And I found this rice so long ago, and it was outdated when I found it already. So this rice is already at least a year past its sell-by date, and it is just fine. I mean, nothing's up with it in there. It tastes fine. The texture's fine. It's good. We're good to go. So the sell-by dates on things like this are irrelevant almost. So there's that, and I'm just letting it rest right there. The meat is still cooking. I have some beans going here. Don't mind my dishes. I chopped up 4 jalapenos, and I'm about to chop up some red bell peppers as well, and then I'm going to cook those up a little bit. So let's do some chopping. Maybe I'll put you guys... Okay, right there. I took the seeds out of the jalapenos and the bell peppers as well. I'm just going to slice them really. Again, using that knife I found, and I still love it. Almost done here. Hope you guys aren't getting too bored. I doubt we'll use all of these, but I might freeze some, but I'm going to cook up quite a few. Alright. So now we're going to take a handful of these. I have some blueberry that I actually just found that blueberry from the smoothie I made earlier. Put those in the pan. I just have some olive oil spray going. I'm just going to add them all. Why not? Throw some of the jalapenos in there. And I don't have a lid that fits this pot properly, so I'm just going to put the lid on it and let those simmer a little bit. Okay, I'm going to speak loud because my pressure cooker is currently venting, if you can see that at all. I think you can. It's letting all the steam out, and then I can go ahead and start shredding it and everything. I'll show you a picture at least at that point. But here are all of the toppings. So we're going to start with the rice. Then we have the jalapenos and the bell peppers, the beans, corn, tomatoes, lettuce, Mexican cheese, and the salsa. And all of this was absolutely free. The only thing that I had to actually buy was the fajita sauce that I put in with the meat, and that was like $1.50. So absolutely free for this beautiful, delicious, nutritious meal. So the next recipe I'm going to try is a super easy banana bread. And the recipe called for 3 bananas, 1 egg, some flour, a little bit of baking soda, melted butter, sugar, and then I'm going to add some walnuts. And everything that I'm using, except for the baking soda, which is very, very cheap anyways, has come from the dumpster. The flour had a little hole, so that's why it's taped up. But it calls for white sugar. I'm going to try this sweetener alternative, and I will let you guys know how it goes. But I'm just going to do a little bit of prep work, and then I'll show you what happens next. So I have my 3 bananas mashed. You're going to want to use the ripest bananas you can find, which dumpster diving is like the perfect place to find ripe bananas. I have 1 egg I'm going to crack in there, chopped up some walnuts. This one looks a little big still. And then it calls for a cup of sugar. So if you're going to follow this recipe, just use a bag of sugar. But for the sake of the video and following my own rules of eating what I can from the dumpster, I went through a whole pack of these little Nature Sweet packets. So that got me just about a cup of sugar, and that'll be fine. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if you're going to do this, just use a regular bag of sugar. So I'm going to mix the sugar, the egg, and then 1/4 cup of butter into this bowl. And the bowl, this measuring cup, and those measuring spoons came from the dumpster as well. So let's get mixing that. Probably need a bigger bowl, but that's okay. I actually see a little speck right there. Okay. And if you can see, this is a little bit wrong side. More, it's about 1/3 cup, so I'm not going to use quite all of the butter. A little bit more than that. Yeah, we'll say about that. Maybe just a smidge more. Okay. So when you're following like baking recipes, you really should measure things. It's not the same with cooking. Like baking is a little bit different. So I'm going to mix this, and then right here I have a 1.5 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and that's all mixed together. And then after I mix this wet mixture, you combine them and put them in the pan. Here it is, about to go in to the oven. I think it'll rise, I'm assuming, because it has flour in it, but it goes in at 325 for about an hour, and I'll let you guys know what it looks like when it goes out. Here the banana bread is all out of the oven with the nice walnuts on top. It looks really good. It actually split in half, so let's check the inside really quick. Oh yeah, looks delicious. I haven't tried it yet, but I will let you guys know. I'm assuming it's going to be really tasty. Okay, this bread is absolutely delicious. As you can see, we've eaten a little bit of it. I definitely recommend it. It's super easy. Even with the artificial sweeteners or like the monk fruit sugar, it's absolutely delicious. So definitely make that recipe. Super easy. But for right now, I'm going to cook up some chicken that I found in the dumpster. This is what it came in the wintertime, and I've had it frozen in my freezer since then, so I thawed it out last night. And I'm going to cook it all up, and I think I'm going to use it for 2 separate recipes. I'm probably going to take it off the bone. So I just have it at 375, and we're going to put it in until it's done. Alright, so here's the chicken all cooked up. I think I am going to take it off the bone. If not, I'm going to leave some of it and then take some of the other off the bone. But for now, I have some kale cooking right here, hopefully getting nice and soft. And then I'm just making a smaller portion, but I have some zucchini chopped up, some tomatoes, some mushrooms, and then I'm going to use some of this roasted garlic marinara sauce. This would be good over pasta. We're not going to put it over pasta because we don't need the carbs in our lives right now, at least today. So we're just going to have the kale, these veggies, some chicken, and the pasta sauce. I am going to cook these up as well, season them up with some salt, pepper, garlic, onion, stuff like that, and then I will show you further along in the process. Alright, so this is all sauteed up. It actually smells really good. I do have to admit I like the smell of kale, cooked kale. So we have the zucchini, the mushrooms, the tomato, the kale, and I'm just going to dump some of this pasta sauce in here, which again, all of this came from the dumpster. This whole meal was free. So yes, I'm using my knife. Just going to mix it all together. And I'm not going to eat it yet because it's only 2 o'clock. But I'm going to let it cool down, put it in the fridge, and serve it up with some chicken. So there is that meal. Super easy. Kind of unconventional, but super tasty. Alright, our next recipe I'm going to try is some jalapeno poppers, bacon wrapped, delicious. And again, this is another one where every single thing I'm using has come from the trash, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm actually going to add some mushrooms just for a little extra flair. I chopped them up pretty small. I might chop them up smaller. I'm not going to use all of that, I don't think. I'm just going to use a little bit. But I'm going to take an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. I might not use all of it as well, only because I have 6 jalapenos, but we'll see. I'm going to take the cream cheese, mix it with the mozzarella, the mushrooms, and then some seasoning. And then I'm going to cut the jalapenos in half, take all the seeds and the stems and stuff out, and then wrap it in half a piece of bacon. So I will show you the process before it goes into the oven. It'll be awesome. My peppers are cut in half, and I took most of the innards out. Bacon is also cut in half, and I have the cream cheese, and mushrooms, and some onion powder mixed in here. And I'm just going to stuff them. I'm just going to use my hands because it'll be much easier that way. And just stuff it in there like that. I'm going to do all of them first, and then I'll go back if I have extra. And after I'm done stuffing them, I'm going to wrap them in bacon and cook them at 400 for about 25 minutes or until the bacon gets crispy. And I will show you that. I wanted to show you really quick before I put them in the oven. These are them wrapped in bacon. They look awesome. And then I did secure them with toothpicks so the bacon didn't come uncurled when it's cooking. So I'm going to put them in the oven. And I'll show you back in 25 minutes. This is the last recipe I'm going to share with everybody for this video. So thank you for watching. We're going to make a little bit of a stir fry. And it's going to be Asian inspired. But the vegetables I'm using are a little bit out of place for that, but we're going to make it work. So right now, just cooking a little bit, I have some carrots and zucchini because they're a little harder. They take a little bit longer. And then I'm going to add some beautiful bell pepper. Look how beautiful that is. Some sliced mushrooms and some sweet peas. This, like I said, is a little bit thrown together because I'm just using what I have. Usually I would be using like the little baby corns, some water chestnuts, things along those lines. But I'm going to use what I have and it'll still be delicious. So I'm about to add the rest of these. We'll go with the peppers first into this pan, which I just have simmering with some olive oil. Alright, so there's the peppers. We'll let that cook for a little while. I'm going to season it with some salt, pepper. What else should we use? Garlic, onion, because I love those. Probably some crushed red pepper, things like that. And then I will add the rest and get the sauce going and show you that. This is the vegetables. They're all cooked up, looking pretty tasty. I put in some sweet chili sauce that came from this pack of egg rolls that I found a little while ago. Oh, my spoon fell in. I put in all 4 packs of those and some soy sauce, which is the only thing from this recipe that I actually had to buy. The rest of it I did find. So there's that. It looks juicy enough for me, I'd say. I turned the heat off. All the vegetables are done. And then right here, it's not looking the greatest, but I took some chicken off of the bone from those drumsticks I made earlier in the video. And I'm just going to put the vegetables in here in this awesome little Corningware dish that I found in the dumpster as well. And then I'm going to serve it with an egg roll on the side. We have 2 left, so I thought that would be a good side. This would be good over rice or ramen noodles or pasta, something like that, but we're just going to go with the chicken and the vegetables and the egg roll. So I'll put in a picture of it here when I'm done. It's going in the fridge because it's only 8:30 in the morning, if you can see that. I leave for the day, so I always try to prep dinner before. And that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. These are some different recipes than the ones I used in the last video, and I tried to make them a little more like detailed, explain to you more what I'm doing. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel most of all because I will be doing that 10K giveaway. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you. This is the finished product of the jalapeno poppers. The bacon isn't super crispy, but it is cooked all the way. If you have a broiler, which I do, I just didn't use it, I would definitely recommend that to get it super crispy. But they look really good. Definitely soft. Bacon is cooked. The inside mixture looks delicious. So, yeah. Looks tasty, and I'm sure they'll taste delicious as well. This was a super easy recipe, so if you like this type of thing, definitely give this one a shot.